we meet again. It's good to see you. I'm glad you came back. Another video for y'all. Listen, I'm trying to keep it concise for 2023. I know I keep saying that every video, but I'm also trying to keep these things coming. You know what I'm saying? Keep it concise, but keep it coming for y'all. Keep the content rolling. And with all the new stuff that I got, y'all probably seen some of those other videos, new kicks coming in. I really wanted to make sure I got these out so y'all can see more fits. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure when y'all see these videos of these shoes reviewed and unboxed and all that they fresh. Because at the end of the day, I ordered the shoe to wear it. I don't just order these shoes for y'all to get the review. I'm not one of them guys. So if y'all really came for somebody who's a genuine sneaker lover, really loves putting the fits together, the new trends, all that type of stuff, you came to the right guy. Whether it's for today or you're here for the long haul and you want to subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Stick around. We got some cool stuff for you. But anyway, this video, I'm going to try to keep concise. However, I was really excited to get into this brand, buy my first pair, and actually get a variation of it. So I do have 2 pairs that I'll be reviewing for y'all today. Maybe that's why you're here, to see both side by side. I will be doing like a review of one, and then I'll review the second after, and then at the end I'll kind of do a comparison, and while I'm talking I'll talk about some of the differences. But this brand, to me, and I'm sure to the rest of us as a community, as far as I know, even if I had seen it in some of what, if you've done any research just to give you the information, they started out as more of an active wear brand, specifically ski, snowboarding, and winter wear. Like I said, if I had seen any of this brand Salomon, it would have been in a ski slope, and I've only been skiing or to the snow maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. This would have been where I saw it, and then in the last 2 or 3 years, it just shot up in terms of notoriety, being everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Notability, like it's everywhere now. So I clearly had to jump on the wave. Now, in terms of jumping on the wave, I knew whatever my first pair was gonna be was something that actually fit my style, the colors that I usually like to wear, something that I really, was gonna be into. So the style itself, the silhouette, I think is actually really dope. I like the fact that it fits the silhouette and aesthetic of the outdoor vibe, active wear vibe. It also goes into like tech wear, has a lot of technical advantages into it. Very sleek, supportive, like you're not just getting some BS for the money that you have to drop for the shoe, which I will talk about also in this video. But I love the brand. Like I said, I didn't know about it, and that's the cool thing about social media. I had said on one of my other videos, but I really love the fact that when it comes to dash shoes, these other tech wear options that we're getting, alternatives like different brands besides just Nike and Adidas, the New Balances, the Salomons, the ASICs, they're getting their shine, and they're using the social media platforms to get out in our faces. Things like Salomon are really cool that we're getting a chance to break out of that small window of opportunity we have to style ourselves with these brands. Like the window's opening up for all these other brands to really show us what they can do, and they coming through. So yeah, so to get into it, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep this one concise, but I know I'll have a lot to say about this brand and these particular shoes. So to get into the first one, this particular model that I will review is gonna be the XT6 model. Super popular. Now the version I have is the Gore-Tex. The model itself is pretty much the same as a regular XT6, but it does have some Gore-Tex features on it. So we'll get into it. Now the box, both boxes, when I show you the other one, look the same, but it comes in a brown box. It has a Salomon branding on the top. Around the side, like I said, it's really simple, plain Jane. I do like that. Now on the bottom, I actually think this is really dope. It does give a breakdown of the materials of the shoe on the bottom, and it gives you it in a couple different languages, like English, French, blah, blah, blah. So for this particular shoe, sizing wise, New Balance, most Adidas, most other brands. I've been a 9.5 in the last couple years of my life. Most Nike still, I'm a size 10. On their last, for whatever reason, size 10 fits me perfectly. New Balance, like I said, Adidas, 9.5 has been tried and true. I would really recommend, if you can, do 1 or 2 things with this shoe. First, please try it on in the store, because it's not gonna fit the way that you think or the way it's described online. Like, this is a shoe that for real, like, you should try it on in person. It is not fit like any other shoe that I've owned before. Because of the tech and the way that it fits. Like, I got a size 9 in this shoe. Got a size 9 in this one. The style is XT6 GTX, which stands for Gore-Tex. On most products, whether you buy Gore-Tex and Nike, Adidas, Salomon, anything, they usually abbreviate it to GTX. These were $200 retail, which it is online and most websites. But back to the sizing. So I got a size 9 in this shoe. This shoe fits super long, bro. Now for me, like I said, I like my shoes to fit snug. My brother always makes fun of me. Y'all will see him in another video if you don't follow him already, Khalil Amani. He makes fun of me because my shoes we pretty much wear the same size. Like I said, in the last couple of years, I've been going more snug so it fits, and the more I wear it, I break it in, which most of my shoes do. I tried a size 9.5 on in this model, and when I tell you, hey, I had length still, and I don't like my shoes to flop around. Like, I like them to fit, so I can break them in and they fit better. I will say though, with that being said, if I went with a 9.5 in this shoe, it wouldn't have been horrible because of the lacing system. So that's why I said, like, I really recommend if y'all take anything from this video and you're thinking about getting this shoe, like, try it on in person if you can. If not, if you order it online, order it and make sure that you can return it if it's the wrong size or do a size exchange. Don't buy it from someplace that doesn't do any returns or it's final sale. So after all that, to get into the shoe, this is the Salomon XT6 Gore-Tex model. Like I said, in terms of what you might be here looking for in this video, don't be afraid or frightened by that GTX or Gore-Tex name in this particular colorway or version of the XT6. It is pretty much the exact same shoe as the regular XT6. This just has a Gore-Tex membrane or features that make it waterproof. So besides that, it's the exact same shoe if you're wondering. This colorway, I think, is one of the newer ones, you know, because it's got the Gore-Tex model. So it is pretty new in terms of this particular iteration, but yeah, man, like I said, in terms of, I actually wasn't even looking for this model. The other shoe, the FT version, was the one I actually wanted to go for. My style, I always like to wear something that other people aren't. I like to wear the version of that shoe or wear it with something that I feel like a lot of other people wouldn't wear that only I could pull off. So I was going for the FT model because everybody wanted the XT6, but I couldn't get the specific color that I eventually got at the time that I was searching for a pair of these, and I really wanted to get them before the year was over. I ended up copying these because I wasn't sure if the FT was gonna happen. Eventually I got it because I searched online, did some more digging, and I found it, so I copped that one too. But I'm really happy that I picked this one up because when I first was even thinking about buying Salomons or getting a pair of this and trying it out, this was the model that I wanted. I just wasn't sure, didn't do enough research on what prices you could get them for and if I could find this one on sale. So I eventually did bite the bullet. I did buy retail, which it is what it is. But man, I'm happy with the purchase. To get into the shoe, obviously, like I said, this is a Gore-Tex model. So I did come prepared with the notes. I hope this is something that y'all like about my channel, that I try to give y'all as much information that I can based on what I find myself. So this model is basically meant for harsh city conditions. So it's not necessarily an outdoor shoe. And if you look on their reviews online, a lot of people have some complaints, and I even saw that some guy or somebody like posted that he said, literally, I'm noticing that everybody that has problems with these shoes use them for the wrong thing. Like, these are made in line with their spirit of outdoors, but it is made under like sports style sportswear. So like, yes, it's made with the same like DNA, but this is not really something you should take outside to like hike a mountain. You could, but it's really meant to be worn in the street, like streetwear type thing. So just keep that in mind if you guys are looking at this for like a, you know, like an actual outdoor shoe that you could like wear and tear. I think it's technically could, but this is meant to be worn like more streetwear. This particular model, the XT6, it's under their S-Lab program, which is what literally they designed for, like streetwear stuff. So to get into it, it does have that EPE membrane for the Gore-Tex feature, so it is waterproof, so you can kind of see it on the tongue. Got that little like waterproof kind of design to it or texture, so that. And then also it's waterproof all around the toe cap area as well, so all of that's waterproof all around. The tongue is mesh. I don't believe that is waterproof. And then like their kind of like lacing tuck system, it's just like a nylon. I don't think this is, I'm pretty sure this is not waterproof. The colorway is night sky, china blue, and acid lime. Now the color blocking on this I think is super dope. My favorite color is navy blue, so it was very hard for me to not like this shoe or want it. I also love the pop with the neon green, or the acid lime as they call it, and then that like lighter china blue is also just super dope to me. Breaking down the shoe, this is, like I said, you know, from what you've seen online, their typical Salomon XT6 you know, design and blocking. So it's got the lacing system, which they call the quick lace system, and I think they literally have that trademarked, because when you look on their line it says quick lace TM. So literally you know, as you pull this to tighten it, and then you pull down the lock there to just lock it in, and it does actually work, because I wore the FT version out one day and my foot felt pretty secure. And with that, like I said, with the sizing, if you do get your true to size and you don't go down a half or full size, you'll still feel locked in because of the lacing system. Like it's pretty secure. In terms of like the cushion, so for me, the one thing that this model has over the other model that I will say right now is the cushioning on this one. This has, I don't know what they specifically call it, but the Ortholite midsole on this one is way more comfortable than that one. I will say for both shoes, you should wear it like all day, one day, just to break it in, because it is a very narrow shoe. And although it's meant for like, you know, like I said, just all day kind of sportswear style wear, it's not necessarily like an Ultra Boost or a New Balance or an Asics in terms of comfort and the cushioning system. It is comfortable because of that Ortholite midsole, but as you can kind of tell, like it doesn't have a lot of give in that foam on the bottom. So for the cushioning on the bottom, as well as the stability system on the shoe, so they call it ACS, Agile Chassis System. Basically, this is what keeps your foot like going straight. And for me, for someone who's flat-footed, I felt it when I first put on both, like this one and the FT model. I felt it. So it does work. It does try to keep your foot stable, because if you did take it outside, you want to make sure your foot's not rolling over all the different type of terrain that you might be on. And then they have for the midsole, they call it, they didn't have it on the website, but they call it AC Muscle 2. So that's their foam system, like the actual white part that you see. Like I said, this one, and it's probably a mix of that with the insole. After wearing it all day and just leaving it on my foot, it fit pretty good. And like I said, it's a snug fit because I went with a 9, I'm usually a 9.5, but it fits pretty good. Inner lining here is like a textile, just kind of like mesh material in that night sky, like navy blue. On the bottom, so I did find out today that these rivets on the bottom, because it's an outdoor sneaker, they're called lugs. Look at that, hey, would you look at us learning? So the lugs on here is actually made of a compound. They call it mud conta grip. So it's actually literally made, like this is made specifically so it can like grip whatever you're walking over and really like adhere. So its focus is like adhesion while you're going over different type of terrain. So I would say like when you're walking, you do feel the different rivets, but it is still pretty comfortable. So on the upper, they call like this, it's all like for this, let me show y'all real quick. I'm trying to figure out how to show y'all on camera. From the upper is pretty much one piece. If you notice, like obviously it's got the lacing system, but on the top it has this feature where once you tighten this, you can just tuck this under there so it's not just flapping around. I just wore it flapped out, but if you wanted to tuck it, you could like tuck it under here. But all this is one piece, and they call this a sensa fit. So it's meant to really kind of be something where you wear it, and once you tighten it, like it's a firm fit, it's sock-like fit to your foot. But I really like that. There's a lot in the shoe, but there's not a ton, because the shoe is all one piece. I feel like it's made very intentionally, like there's not a lot of stuff that they wasted on the shoe in terms of like what it's for. And with a shoe that's built on the spirit of like outdoors and technical features, it seems like they hit this one out the park. I can see why people are getting into it, and I have fallen in line. So the other shoe is gonna be the FT model. This is pretty much the same, a lot like the other model, but there are some key differences. So with this being said, again, if you're going for the FT model, I would also try this one on in store. I did the same thing with this one, and I realized like this one immediately I knew I needed a 9. This particular colorway was also the one that I actually really wanted, and I was able to find online. Shout out to Fabrics down in New Zealand, down under. You guys came through with this order, and I actually got it within like maybe 5 to 6 days. So shout out to them. But this is the XT6 model by Salomon in the FT version. Now, FT, I have looked all over the internet, and even today before I shot this video for my, knowledge that I try to always bring y'all, and I cannot figure out what the hell FT means. If y'all know, please let me know. If Salomon, if y'all watching this and y'all, showing support to y'all supporters that are making video about y'all shoes, please tell me what the hell FT means. I'm gonna assume it just means fast. It has something, I'm gonna assume the F means fast, because it's supposed to be kind of like a more sleek, like a more streamlined version of the XT6. This model was the one that I actually like more, because, which I'll show us side by side. Here, I'll just do it now for me. Side by side, I actually like that the FT model comes up a little bit higher on the ankle collar, like it's a little bit more of a mid, it's not I don't know, I guess you consider that one maybe a midfoot, but it just comes up higher. And on the profile of the FT, I just prefer the look of this one over the XT6, but I love both of them though. But I preferred this one off like first looks and just like looking at it online and kind of trying to figure out which one I was gonna go for. Like this one is the one that kind of won me over. So yeah, so to get into it, like I said, it's pretty much the same DNA of the XT6 that I just showed you, but this one does have a couple different variations. So this one is made with a endo fit. Unlike that one, like the XT6, this has an actual, like you can feel like it's articulated. I hope I'm using that in the right term. But like the tongue, you can move around on this one. Like you can tell it's sewn at the bottom. It's its own piece. The FT model is literally a part of the one piece upper. Like it's all one piece. So you gotta slide your foot in there. So this one, I would say, is a little bit more narrow than that one. Like that one, I had a little bit more wiggle room. This one is very, very narrow, especially for someone like me who overpronates. With that ACS system, that support system, when I wear it, and I've worn it twice now, and I did that to try to see if it would break in. And it's starting to break in, but on my left foot that overpronates more, I definitely feel it in my foot on this model. So like I said, for the most part, it's close to that shoe, but you can tell on this one, still got that one piece upper, but how on this one it has that kind of sleeve look where you can, you know, the lace system is covered over the tongue. You can tuck it. This one is just out. There's nothing to tuck. Like it's got a fuse piece going around the eyelets on here, down at the bottom, and then up to the other side. 3 midfoot straps you can see through, and they did that specifically on this model just so it's more breathable. It's all mesh on the side. They wanted you to just basically see the technology. So I feel like this is meant to be kind of like a straight to the point, like quick version of the XT6. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, I will look it up and find what the hell FT means. I'm sure it has something to do with fast, but anyway, on to the colorway really quick. The color is called Pearl Blue, Night Sky, and Yellow Iris. Again, so same thing with the chassis system on this one. Really the only difference on this is gonna be the mesh layer on top, like around the side, so you can see through the technology, and then that one piece upper. But besides it, it's pretty much almost the same shoe. Like I said, I do think this one is a little bit more narrow in like the actual fit and the heel cup, but I personally like the silhouette of this one because it's a little higher. If this shoe had the higher like heel like this one did, fit the way it did, had the same comfort, this would be top for me. But I like the way this one looks. It just isn't as comfortable as this one for me yet. Hopefully the more I wear it, it'll break in. But that's both of them side by side. So the FT in the pearl blue or the grayish colorway, and then the XT6 GTX model in the night sky navy blue. Yeah, man, like I said, in terms of the brand, I really love the colors that these come in, man. They're fire. Even when I saw this one, I love that this was almost like they call it pearl blue, but it's like a wolf gray color. And to me, that shit was fire. Like when I first saw it, I thought it was just a white and black, which I was like, okay, like I wanted something I could wear every day. I didn't have to trip about it getting dirty, but I could wear it with multiple outfits. Based on how much it costs, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the shoe. I just wanted something that I was like, it's gonna be a surefire bet. I wasn't trying to go with no crazy colors. And man, I love the fact that I kept looking at the pictures. I'm like, that's not white, that's gray. And this is navy, it's not black. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. This is the one. Sometimes shoes just call to me, and this one called to me. So I really love this model. I love the other one too. I'm glad I got both. And trust me, this will not be my last pair. So comparing the two, looks wise, I would pick this one, but comfort wise and like all the other materials, I would probably go with this one. But again, I would definitely try on both if you can. Here's the Gore-Tex side by side or together, left and right. And again, I try to not wear them as much as I could so they look fresh for y'all in this video and breakdown, but they will be getting worn momentarily very, very soon. So y'all let me know what you think. I'm sure this one is gonna have a lot of comments for people that are watching it. The camera, right? But y'all let me know what you think of the brand itself. How do you feel about the hype of it popping up out of nowhere? Do you like the model? Do you feel like it's too much? You hate seeing it on social media? Have you got a pair? If you did, which versions do you like? Do you like the XT6 or the XT6 FT? Do y'all like the XT4? Which models are you going for? Because I think I do want to try XT4. It looked a little bulky for me at first, but I might try a pair. And then there's the other one, I forget the name. I'll put a picture of it, but that one might be my next if I do cop another pair. But otherwise, man, I like both. I hope you guys are into it, or at least open to trying them out if you can. You can find these on sale, but you gotta dig. You gotta get on your sneakerhead shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we in it for, y'all. I'll encourage you if nobody else will. You gotta get on your hunt. You can find them on sale. Both of these I got for a retail about like $200, but you can find them on sale if you're quick and you know where to look. I do have fits in both of these. Y'all let me know what you think. Like I said, in terms of fits, I love that you can wear it with jeans. You can wear it with a more kind of tech look. Like you can wear it with a dad look. Like they're very versatile, which I like too. And the colors that I got fit my aesthetic. So that has been my review of the Salomon XT6, the Gore-Tex version versus the FT. And I hope y'all like it. Y'all know how I do. This has been a long video, but I was kind of prepared for that. Y'all know how I do though, never pressure nobody to follow. I hope this video gave you some knowledge about the shoe. Hopefully maybe swayed you in a way to buy it or maybe not buy it. Y'all let me know in the comments if you did. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing y'all on the next one. I got a couple other videos I want to knock out, and I will see y'all very, very soon. Deuce.